One of my clients, Ryuji Yamada, a successful golfer player out on the PGA Tour, got to a point in his career where he wanted to fly privately. And he asked us to look into an opportunity where he could exchange sort of a commercial or a location on his side of his sleeve or his hat or his bag or whatever it might be in exchange for flight time on a private jet with one of the private jet companies. And we jumped right on that and looked into that opportunity for him. That was a situation that we weren't going to be paid on. There's no fee on that deal for us. But at the end of the day, it made something more convenient for the golfer, which in turn potentially leads to revenue for the agency because he's more relaxed, he's arriving at tournaments more rested potentially. So that was a situation that we aren't paid on, but we operated with urgency around it because it was what the client asked us to do and it was what was important to him. I believe it's really important to operate with urgency consistently because what that does is it sends a message to your clients that they matter to you. Whether the opportunity that they're asking you to pursue for them is attached to revenue or not, executing with urgency consistently creates an opportunity for that relationship to really connect. It sends them a message that the relationship is about more than money, that the relationship is more than just a transactional relationship, that the relationship has a level of authenticity to it. And that's important in relationships, for them to feel real and for that connection to really exist. Another way to demonstrate urgency with your clients is if they don't go to your voicemail, they feel like they're a priority to you. And good or bad, right or wrong, I buy pajamas with pockets in it. I have clients who've never heard my voicemail. And it's not necessarily something I'm proud of, but what I will say is it has created a level of connectivity with my clients that is unparalleled. Very rarely would a client say that they couldn't get me. And the odds are pretty good that if they do get my voicemail for any reason, that I'm on the phone with somebody else about them. And that creates a relationship that is really sound and really connected. In the business of representation, as in with most relationship-based businesses, the ability for the client to feel like they can always get you, they can always connect with you, and that your level of responsiveness is either immediate or within a very short period of time, that creates a bond, which is part of how that relationship will grow and the way that it will stay very connected even through tough times. There was a college baseball player who had had great success in college and everybody wanted to represent him. And one of the things that I was doing consistently is texting him and calling him and congratulating him when he'd have special things happen. I was so in his world when the other agents were checked out. And because of that, we signed him and have represented him ever since. Your level of urgency shows them the commitment that you have to the relationship. It demonstrates to them a level of priority that they have in your life. And the other thing that it does when you operate with urgency is that it allows people that aren't necessarily your clients yet to sort of test drive the car. And what happens is this sort of light goes off inside them and they go, wow, you don't even represent me yet and you're doing all this. Gosh, I mean, I can't even imagine what it's probably like when you actually do represent me and you have sort of more access to my world. I bet it'll get even better. So how can you operate with urgency with the clients that you work with and the prospective clients that you want to work with? You've got to be in their world. You've got to know what they're doing, why they're doing it, where they're going, what's going on with their company, what's going on with their stock price, everything about their world so that you can react to that quicker than everybody else. And the only way to do that is to really be aware, to work harder than the other guy, to stay connected to the world that that person's living in so that you can operate with urgency, so that you can call them, text them, send them an email, link in with them. The most exciting part about the world that we live in now, there are endless opportunities to connect with people via the web, via social media, via LinkedIn. It's uncanny. And utilize every opportunity you can to stay in their world and do it faster than everybody else. But I would also suggest to ensure that when you do it quickly, you do it well. Because if you just execute quickly, but you don't do it well or accurately, that's going to actually impede the relationship. So ensure that when you're operating with urgency, you're doing it accurately as well.